Welcome everyone to Crypto Novus News, where we bring you the top news stories of the day. It is November 21st, 2021, and yes, the big news is the altcoin surge in the last 24 hours. Yes, with all the conversation about Bitcoin, there's a big caution for those that have it to kind of hang on and not dump it yet, because the new high of just over 18,000 isn't believed to be the final peak. So where's the conversation going? Well, it is headed to, of course, the altcoin market. And here we have an article by Steve Fernandez, which basically says forget Bitcoin, buy altcoins for much larger gains. It's a very good article. And what he essentially does is he reminds us of what happened back in 2017 when Bitcoin had a 13,000% rise. During that period of time, of course, there was a lot of fear of missing out. So what people ended up doing was they shifted their investments into altcoins. So here, the Exante altcoin cryptocurrency index during that same period of time, it rose 16,200%. And the point's well taken that even though people could have made a fortune in Bitcoin if they had invested in that, by investing in these altcoins, they could have made as much as 12 times more. Of course, the big gamble or risk with the altcoins is which projects really to invest into. So why don't we take a look at CoinMarketCap and see kind of what has happened in the last 7 days to 24 hours. We can see here at the top of the chart, obviously, is Bitcoin. In the last week, it has done 17%, but in the last few weeks, it's done as high as 35%. Ethereum's matched it very well in the last 7 days at 17%. It's sitting at 538 right now. The big winner here is XRP, and in the last 7 days, it's gone up 53%. It is in the last 24 hours, it has gone up 27%. Chainlink is at 20%. Litecoin, it's been asleep for a little while. It's done well in the last 7 days at 35%. Even Bitcoin Cash has done well. In the last 24 hours, it's almost done as much as 16%. And here, as we jump down to the bottom at Cardano, we see Cardano's done a good job in the last week at 22%, and in the last 24 hours, 13%. Not bad for a week's worth of work, I would say. As we jump to a price chart, we can kind of see what exactly happened in the last 12 to 24 hours. Last night at around, I'd say about 8 o'clock or so, XRP was sitting at around 30 cents per coin. And it hovered at that range till about midnight in California time. And then it rose from 30 cents per coin all the way up. It shot up as high as 43 cents a coin. Incredible increase in the last 12 hours or so. As we look more closely at this rise on Cointelegraph, of course, there's an article that talks about a 50% increase in the last week, but it also says what other levels should we start to watch with XRP, which I think are very, very valid. XRP needed to break a critical resistance of 30 cents per coin, and it finally did that. The caution is that it will probably go back to around that level and test to make sure that it is staying above that area of resistance and doesn't drop below. This TradingView chart shows basically the areas of resistance. The article goes on to list that even though it says the levels to be watched are clearly above the current price, where several resistances are found with 42 cents and 49 cents. If the XRP corrects, the support zone to watch for potential support resistance flip is around 33 cents, and the range is from 29 to 31. So there's a good possibility that the XRP will drop back down to take a look at these levels. As we move on to more global news, let's talk about Venezuela real quick and just take a much bigger picture of how the crypto market is being handled on a global scale. For those of you that are very familiar with Venezuela, its economic situation has been very dire, and therefore they've been looking for other means of currency exchange, and they have obviously turned to the cryptocurrency market, to the extent that the Venezuela government has doubled down and is launching its own crypto exchange, with it starting off with the Caracas Petro token. It's going to have Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Dash as pairings with their fiat bolivar. So that just gives you some idea as to how this space is expanding. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.